Come on, let's be juvenile. Oh God, let's stop there. Stop. Steve Vai, ladies and gentlemen, we need to talk about him. Absolute monster, absolute God. Let me turn all this off. Sorry. Ugh. There's actually only one pedal I need to press. It's just, I'm so clumsy. I keep pressing the wrong one. Anyway, Steve Vai and the album Passion and Warfare, more importantly, the track For the Love of God, absolutely changed the world, man. So I'm sure you're all huge fans of Steve Vai. I am also, however, back in the day, in the 90s, there was a big divide. Well, not really, because they're like friends and colleagues, and you know, and Satriani used to teach Vi, and you all know that, I'm sure. But there was a bit like we had a Britpop thing, you know, with was like Oasis and Blur, and then you probably had like, you know, the Beatles and the Stones, and you had Satriani and Vi. And I must admit, I was more of the Satriani fan because I think it was unfortunate. The first thing I really heard from Steve Vai, I think I was going through my guitar instructor's CD collection, and he had Flexible in there. I remember hearing one, and it just went over my head. I was like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. It's freaking me out. There's like goblins and ghouls all over it, and I just don't get it. Whereas I had obviously Surfing with the Alien, much more accessible at the time. But then it went on to. I then progressed eventually. I just didn't see it, but my instructor, I will talk about. I'll make a whole video about him because he's a bit of a legend now. But. Yeah, obviously I got hold of Passion and Warfare, and the opening track Liberty just blew my mind. And then you had the everyone knows again. Absolute legendary. But then you also had, I've got to admit, this blew me away. Just the start of. The rhythm in that, Erotic Nightmares, especially this bit. Stuff like that was just mesmerising. And then you had, oh God, then you had oh, brilliant. Oh God, unbelievable. The Animal, I think probably my favourite track on there. I just love that vibe. But then obviously everyone knows you progress on to the For the Love of God, the 7th track, which just goes completely mental in the sort of solo section around the 3-minute mark. And, excuse me, I think that was the thing that really separated Vi for a lot of us from Satriani, is Satriani was obviously very much a nice, fluid legato player. Although he does do a lot of alternate picking. It just doesn't, he doesn't really bring it to the forefront, if you like. Occasionally you will get those, like in one of those the Christian Day songs. Whatever. I'll do that at some point anyway. I love that track. His hardest track ever. Where was I? Oh yeah. So what brought Vi forward for us was the fact that he could throw some quite aggressive alternate picking in there, and especially in that track where he's using those huge stretches. A bit more gain on there. Oh, and it just ripped our heads off. But it's got everything in there. My point of today is it's actually to bring our eyes to a bit of ignorance going on here. I wonder if you guys are guilty of it, because I sure am. But I think it's a thing that happens is as we get older and we mature, we appreciate the art, darling, as opposed to just the we do get drawn to just the flashy light, the shred, And I've got to admit, I did love that album, but I used to find myself guilty of fast forwarding. So not really. Oh, I keep forgetting that. I'd be like, the fast forward. How Juvenile, and I'd go right to that bit where he'd start there, and just listen to that and be like, oh, it's amazing. And totally ignorant of the artistic journey you're on from there. And that's the only thing I can appreciate now as an older person. Some of you, I'm sure a lot of you can, but I'm starting to think a lot of you guys are probably a similar age group. And you'll probably admit this, that you used to just fast forward to the flash. But now you can listen to it from start to finish, and it actually builds. It's telling a story. It's an emotional thing, And even though it's a shred fest, it's a song that's written from the heart, darling, And it is a work of art. And the fact is, the flash is when you watch his videos, where he's showing all the war and all that sort of stuff, and it's what's building that tension to that kind of moment, especially to that last. I don't even know what he does, where he just goes. And that's that peak, isn't it, to the release. Blah, 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 blah. Art, art, art. But let's be honest, it's just brilliant hearing that. But interesting thing I just want to show is I'm not the only one. So I was doing a little bit of research, because that's the other thing. I've got to admit, I never really learned the track properly. I just kind of, I've got to admit, the solo is my favourite part, so I sort of mash my way through it and do it my own way, because obviously it's the proper royalist will be, oh, you did that wrong, and I'm like, yeah, I know. Hey, what am I going to do? But interesting thing I want to show you. Yeah, I did a little bit of research, and I'm not the only one who's guilty of this, so I just want to show you this. I'll have to turn the volume down. But yeah, on YouTube, I'm sure you guys are aware now, you can actually see sometimes when you drag the thing, it shows the most played, most part. So I'm not the only one. So let me get a little bit close here. Might have to move the mic a little. Sorry. Right. So look here. So I had a look at some of the actual videos of the live performance. Let me turn the volume down. Oh no! How do I turn the volume? What's going on? I had some technical difficulties here. Let's see if it works now. There you go. When in doubt, turn it off, turn it on again. Okay. So look at this. Most replayed. Right? It's not just me. Okay? And then look, I had another one. So I had a look at some of the live versions. And look at this. Where are we? Most replayed. Oh no. Oh, that's the... Oh no. Sorry, there we go. Most replays. See? You're all just as juvenile. But it gets... Oh, and even here. This was the one that blew all our minds, the live G3 performance. But, oh, I hope you can hear me. Oh. Anyway, let's have a look here. Where are we? Most replayed. Most replayed. See? Apologise, I got my head turned. But here's a funny thing I just want to bring your attention to, because I was looking at some other like live videos, and look at this one with Nita Strauss. Now look at this, most replayed. Not even played. But then look, go over here. Most rewatched. Look at that, by miles. And why is it? You see why? That's why. How juvenile are you lot? Look at that. You're a disgrace. I'm ashamed. You would never catch me doing such a thing. So you should be ashamed of yourselves. Chris will probably edit that out. Anyway, total ramble. Apologies. Chris might cut that middle bit out there. But I just wanted to say I'm not the only one who's completely juvenile. Not just looking at, guitar, fast forwarding and going to the shred. My point is, don't feel too bad about it. It's a maturity thing. Some things we mature out of and we appreciate the full art. Other things we clearly never mature out of, you know. But hey, what can we say? Steve Vai, absolute legend. Make sure, I've got to turn the volume back up again. Oh, this one's been a bit of a disaster, but hey. Make sure you give Steve Vai the proper artistic appreciation that he monstrously deserves. And dig out Passion and Warfare, absolute legendary album. As is Alien Love Secrets, as is I thought the Fire Garden, and the one with Devon on it. Sex and Religion, epic album. But I'm gonna, maybe I should study a little bit more, because I could learn a lot from Steve Vai regarding technique and stuff. I just, again, like I said, I was more of the Satriani, Oasis and Stones camp. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. It's an honour, and I'll see you next week.